Welcome everyone to my hardcore adventure 1 to 60. Starting off here with the Defias Pillager, the namesake of my server. I'm going to charge in 1v2. I'm thinking I'm going to burst down this pillager as fast as possible. Bag of marbles on the looter, go back to the pillager. I take a huge hit. 50% of my health is gone. Another 25% chunked. I got a bubble. I'm going to start first aiding here. Huge mistake. I should have holy lighted, so I realized that, and I'm going to start holy lighting. Take another fireball to the face. 4% health. I'm freaking out. Lay on hands. Go after the pillager one more time, and luckily this hunter shows up and starts attacking the looter. I still have aggro on him though. And finally he turns around and runs away. I'm going to get my life saved by this hunter. Thankfully so, and of course I say thank you to him as we move on. Next up, here I am in Red Ridge at level 16. I'm going to check out Antonio Pirelli here. He always sells some hot gear. There's an Executioner's Sword, which I can't use yet and I can't afford. Don't notice this mage jumping around my head being chased by the tarantula. That's the real show here. I eventually see him and click on him and realize that he's level 9. He should not be here, and that tarantula, of course, is going to finish the job here, and he is taken out. Here we go, we're fighting a mottled screecher. This is in the wetlands. Now, I've cleared out this entire camp of screechers or whatever raptors were there. And what happens with these mottled screechers is they let out a high-pitched screech calling for help at a low health, and so we get instant respawns there of 2 other raptors, and they immediately pull on me because of that screech, and I have no choice but to run away. I get dazed, but I bubble out of it, no problem. We reset them and go again. Here we go, we're hitting Red Ridge still. We're taking on these Murlocs. I'm in a group with 3 people, but you can tell on the mini-map my group is kind of off in the water. I get an extra ad, no problem. I can take on 2 at a time. These are green mobs. Just standard DPS here, nothing to worry about. Okay, now it's time to start worrying. I pop a health pot because I'm getting low. I realize that I need assistance, and thankfully my team comes in. I'm going to bubble here and heal myself to full, and then I'm going to pick the Warlock and bop them so that they don't take too much damage. But of course I still have aggro on a couple of these guys here. Another one pulls. I'm in trouble. All I can do is heal myself, try to stay alive. And I realize I'm running out of mana, so there's not much else I can do except start attacking. So I go into attack mode and we beat them down. No problem. I survive. If my friends didn't come to help, that would have been a definite death. I'm deciding to engage Dow Bloodclaw here on a 1v3. This is very risky. All I want to do is burn him down and get away, but a shaman spawns and I'm forced to run. Also I get disarmed, which means I can't solo this guy. So all I can do is run away. Again, I get dazed, so I just bubble out of it and run away, and I'm going to reset these guys, no problem. Here we are outside the notorious dead mines. This cave has hyper spawns like crazy. You've seen a lot of death clips in here. We're just farming out the quests, getting the miners cards, fighting these guys a few at a time. You can see that respawns are happening. They're near instantaneous. These guys are green and even gray to me, so we're not really freaking out yet. We got a ding, the healer leveled, so they got full mana back, so we're still golden. We're going to continue farming these guys out as much as we can. Here comes another group through. They're bringing their own mobs drag through here. Mage is starting to freak out. They're getting low on mana, so is the hunter. I'm still fine, and so is our healer. It's just chaos. We finish this guy off, and we stay here for quite a while to make sure everyone gets their minus cards. Here I am engaging Lieutenant Fangor. I did not know that those 2 other guys pulled with him. So when I see that, I immediately take off running, but these guys have hyper spawned behind me and I have no choice but to bubble to try to run away. I killed these guys on the way to the lieutenant, but they respawned immediately, and so I have to get out of here, which I'll be able to, no problem. Here I am, casually making some heavy wool bandages. This is in the Scarlet Raven Tavern in Darkshire. Holy crap, what was that? And Stitches is in the end. No bothers here. This is Razorfen Crawl. We're going to start off with just a normal pull here. This is a group and a pad, I believe. No problem, we're going to take them down one at a time. Then we get another pad in here, and so now we've got a full group and 2 pads with their ads. And so I'm starting to freak out a little bit. I'm just worried about the low health targets, taking them down one at a time, because I'm a single target DPS at this time. Mage is AoEing. I'm going to target the Geomancer here. I get cycloned. I'm going to bubble out of it, then click my bubble off so I can attack faster still. I didn't realize that my group ran away at this point. I'm not sure where they were running to, but they seem to just want to get more space, maybe so we don't pull more mobs. I'm still on the Acolyte, and I get aggro on him, and I realize that my group's back here, so I back up to hang out with the tank. No worries, I can off-tank this guy just fine. I am a Paladin, like, male at this time. Healer's almost out of mana, but we're going to be just fine here. Everyone's topped up for the most part. We're going to take them down and move on. Here we are in Nomargon. The healer is actually down the elevator shaft, nowhere to be seen. This tank pulls aggro anyway, so I immediately switch to healing because I'm freaking out that if he dies, then myself and the Warlock are going to be struggling with these ads. Even if they're green, they are elites. So I just start healing, mostly just flash of light spamming. Throw in a couple of holy lights here to make sure that the tank stays full, and then I eventually run here, but the healer shows up just in time. But we're going to be fine anyway. These guys are almost dead. Not that much of a oh crap moment, but it's possible the warrior could have died if I wasn't. Scarlet Monastery. This is in the library, I believe. We've got a Paladin tank. Shout out to Astra Pally doing a good job here. Just going to concentrate down. I'm going to start DPSing. Mage is AoEing. I'm trying to find the right single target for myself. All of these guys heal, so it's kind of hard to pick. At low health, these guys start running away. So you want to make sure that you get them down before they aggro someone else. Here we're having trouble with this chaplain, and he is going to aggro the monk and diviner, and so we're going to get another pull here. And they just keep going. They pull the other group down there as well, and now we've got the entire hallway here to deal with. I am going to need roll on that Knight's Head Guard because it was an upgrade for me at the time. Healer's running low on mana. One mage is still completely full on mana. He's going to come in and start doing some damage here, and we're going to be okay. No problem here. I'm just checking loot. Killing the healer. The diviners here do a lot of damage, but I'm focused on the chaplain. And we just take these guys out one at a time. Everyone's out of mana here, but it's no problem. This is the last mob. I'm up here in Hillsbrad farming some Murlocs for a quest. Now I'm smart and I'm only fighting green mobs at this point. And I tried to pull that guy by himself, but it didn't work. It aggroed the entire rest of the pack. So now I've got 4 Murlocs on me. My goal is just to kill this guy and get out. And then I hesitate for a moment and decide, you know what? I'm going in. I go all in. I'm doing a 1v3 here, but they're green, so I think I have a chance. I'm going to hit my MCP, and I'm going to get a 50% attack speed increase. I'm attacking at 1 second here, just completely dominating, going on a rampage. I drink a health pot there because I don't want to stop to heal because I've got a damage buff going, so I want to make sure I utilize all of that. Then I'll come over and wipe the floor with the 4th one as well. Do a stun with Judgment so I get extra damage. And there you go. Pay attention to the party frames over here on the left. The tank gets flagged for the alliance symbol, and I immediately know what's happening because we're going to SM at this time. So I know that he's pulled the guards at Brill or Undercity or the tower, the Zeppelin tower, and I'm trying to encourage him to run, but obviously that does nothing. He does die on our way to SM, and we have to get a new tank. We decided to skip and Razorfen Downs, which I don't necessarily recommend in hardcore because now we have groups to the left and right of us. We're going to go in on this Frozen Soul because this guy silences. I'm going to stun him to make sure that that silence does not go off because I need spells to do damage, obviously. Now we're just going to target whoever's the lowest health is what I do. I'm trying to stick on the same target as the rogues. It's a little difficult to figure out which one they're on. Then we get another group. I have no idea where these guys came from. Are they a patrol or were they just standing up there? I'm not sure. I'm going to see the freezing goal with a skull on it, and I'm going to go for it, try to make sure I don't get silenced. We are a little overwhelmed here, and the healer's running low on mana. So the healer pops a mana pot, and I'm starting to freak out a little bit because I'm out of mana, so I pop the mana pot. I can't get this freezing ghoul down. The rogues are just all over the place. Finally, that goes down. I'm going to greed roll the screen, obviously. Now we've got 2 more skeletons that pop up out of nowhere, but luckily they're non-elites, so they're easy to take out. The rogue will take care of that. And we're back on the mobs, and the priest is doing okay on mana, just throwing a heal every now and then to try to get his MP5 up, and we're going to be just fine here. I finally throw in an exorcism because I've got excess mana that I can use prior to finishing the fight. And GG, too easy. I am in Stranglethorn Vale. I'm about to accept a group invite to Scarlet Monastery Cathedral, and whoops, all these trolls spawn because I spawned into a different layer. So if the group leader is in a different layer than you are, then you get phased into theirs, and it makes everything respawn. So I have to bubble and escape. Here I am in Stranglethorn again, clearing out some trolls. These guys are green to me, I'm not worried about it. I'm doing 1 or 2 at a time. Then I get an axe thrown from my back and I realize I pulled an extra one and oh crap, it's a pad of 3. Now I'm in trouble. So I'm going for the Mystic because he's going to do the most damage. He hits me with big chain lightning, so I use a heal pot and then I take him out. Hammer of Wrath, baby. Then I move on to the next ones. And now it's just a 1v2. I'm perfectly fine with this. They're physical damage, and I am wearing plate at this point. I'm going to have no problem hitting them. And although I'm out of mana and getting down to half health, I'm still going to be able to take this guy out, no problem. Nicely done. Here we are on Princess Therodros and Maradon. I'm topping the meters here. She puts out a repulsing gaze. I bubble immediately as I get aggro. Healer takes aggro next, so I bop him. Then we're back on the boss here. The rogue has aggro, but the warrior's charging back in. So we're reset here. We're good to go, doing proper damage. Nothing to worry about here. Everything seems fine. She's going to put out another threatening gaze here before the end. Dustfield, obviously we got to back out of that, and then we're going to charge back in. Looks like we're going for the kill. Popping the Hammer of Wrath. I'm going to resist this repulsive gaze, and so I take aggro again, trying to Hammer Wrath again, but I get thrashed. I have no choice but to lay on hands. My healer is back there jumping around, doing nothing. I run away, and I'm going to bandage here back to full because I don't trust the healer anymore. Then I'm going to throw another hammer, and that's going to take out the princess. GG, I leveled. Here we are on the stairs boss in ZF. Sergeant Bly is walking down towards the bosses. He's going to aggro them. All of these trolls respawned for no apparent reason. Couldn't figure out why. I'm going to go straight to one of the bosses here. Throw down a Consecrate so all of these trolls start taking damage. And I'm going to do bursts on Nakom. WTF is right, mate. Now I'm taking a lot of damage. These shadow bolts are coming straight to my face. I'm going to bubble. protect myself from dying there. I get a heal on me, which is great, but I'm going to stay on the boss and make sure we take him down first, since he's the most threatening person in this group. Hammer of Wrath, baby. Now I'm going to go save the healer, throw down a Consecrate, do as much damage as I can to all of these non-elite ads. Hoping and praying that my mana ticks up. It does, so I'm able to put down a second Consecrate. And we're starting to clean these guys up nicely. The NPCs thankfully are holding control over the second boss down there, the Shadow Priest. We're going to go down there and clean this guy up and we'll be just fine. Nice recovery, guys. Here we are in Daenerys, escorting this robot chicken. Get aggro on a Dunestalker here right at the same time that the threat is analyzed and he spawns 3 more. So I've got 4 on me. I think it's not that big of a deal because they're greens, but they start stacking these poisons on me and I start taking a shit ton of damage out of nowhere. I've got to bubble and run away. No choice here but to escape. I'm still doing damage. Popping a potion here. I'm going to outstring them so that they return back. I'm going to leash them. But the big one that I attacked first is still coming. I'm going to go ahead and run in and hammer wrath this fool. And then I'm going to check in on my homing robot and see how he's doing. Realize that he's just too far gone and I don't have enough mana to really make this work. So I'm going to let him die and just abandon this quest and move on with my life. Next up, here we are in Searing Gorge. I'm taking on this ogre, which is not really a big deal except for I'm out of mana and the second brood is coming in. So I'm going to drink a mana pot and then I'm just going to consecrate here and just start doing damage. And I'm not worried. I've got full health. This shouldn't be a problem. Or so I thought. Gonna get knocked down from a knockback and I take a crap ton of damage from that fall. Try to first aid, but I get hit out of it. Now I'm worried. I'm gonna start flash of lighting myself. Realize this guy's kind of high up. I'm not sure if I'm even attacking him, so I'm gonna bring him down. And I see those imps over there, and thank God I turned just in time to not get knocked back into them, because that would have been definite death situation. My hand is hovering over Lay on Hands, just waiting for it, just in case. And it's just a war of attrition here. And I'm going to be the victor. Sunken Temple, we just cleared the troll bosses and those big dragons are coming down. So we're just moving out of the way here. I don't realize that the tank is actually pulling more mobs. And I'm trying to let him know that the big dragon's coming, but there's nothing I can do about it. Here they come in. And now, thank God that second one doesn't pull. We've just got the big one and the smaller ads. So I'm going to immediately go on to the big one because he's the biggest threat here. And the hunter pet is thankfully off tanking this. I'm going to pull aggro here though. I'm going to try to turn it so that he doesn't breathe acid on everybody else. But the tank comes in and finally takes it over. It's just kind of chaos. I'm focusing on Dream Scythe here. Throwing down a Consecrate to do a little damage to everyone. Topping the meters, of course. Red Pallies are OP. And we've actually collected ourselves well enough that this guy's going to go down, no problem. And we'll be able to clean these guys up one at a time. Here I am going after Gortesh in the Burning Steppes. I did not realize that Gortesh has a 3-second stun. He's going to do it right there, and I'm going to take a crap ton of damage right there. And I realize, oh crap, I'm in trouble. I'm in a bubble, and then I'm going to first aid. But I make the decision that I'm too low, that I need to just run, because I might get stunned again, and that would be instant death. I accidentally attack him one more time before I'm able to cancel my melee swing. So now I've got to book it 31 yards away to get them to leash back. I'm stunned, but luckily I hit a health pot right before that stun kicked in. And now I am hamstrung by the Slayer. And now I'm dazed. I'm trying to strafe, but it's just not working out for me. hamstrung again, and finally they reset. Here we are in Blackrock Depths. I'm going in to talk to Marshall Windsor. This is a good news thing. Ding, level 60, 1 to 60 hardcore challenge complete on a Ret Paladin. Thank you very much for watching.